All right, welcome everybody. Doing a little bit of D&D. This time we're doing Nick's campaign of awesomeness, and I'm stalling a little bit as my stream pulls up. There we go. I can hear myself. Say hi, everybody. There we go. I
Hello,
can hear
hello.
myself. Say hi, everybody. There we go. I
Hello,
can hear
hello.
myself. Say hi, perfect. Everybody. All right, and so with that, I will go ahead and turn it over to this guy up here, Mr. Nick. Go ahead and take it away.
Well, it's been a bit, but welcome back to the Crystal Heart campaign. Last we left our adventurers, they had just arrived at the town of Falsefane, this frontier town on the edge of a cliff. And finished up some an adventurous travel time between the village of Falsefane, where we started our journey, and our new destination. Had a couple of interesting encounters last time of uh, you know, nicer than some of the prior encounters on the road, including meeting a traveling merchant known as Grant, owner of Grant's Great Treasures, who found some goods that were definitely marked up on a price, but traded nonetheless, while also letting it slip that there was a traveling uh, magic shop in the city or town of Falsefane, um, apparently run by a very loud and ostentatious man. Um, he also mentioned that he had encountered someone of the same description as Clay, the Earth Genasi our group has tangled with, also along this road a couple days prior. Um, and that's the awesome things that were like a little out of the way. A confrontation between a uh, knight and a farmer arguing about overworking a donkey. They also witnessed various wild animals fleeing northward, away from the Sterling Forest. This forest is just north of the town. Kind of on their final day of travel, just kind of outside of the city, they encountered this bullfrog, a regular-sized bullfrog, but decent, large for its size, just kind of sitting in the road. After kind of messing with it, I'm blanking on the exact reason why, but essentially it's received some damage and it poofed into a little pile of feathers, um, indicating that it was probably a familiar of some kind.
Since she wanted
Um,
to grab it and eat and serve it for food as part of a
ah,
stew or a soup. And so when he couldn't, Barnacle used his net, which has hooks, and did one damage that was enough to kill it.
yeah, bullfrogs unfortunately really only have around one hit point. At least this one did. But thank you for the reminder. Yeah, though the party was unable to, or didn't spend too long thinking about it because immediately afterwards, Merritt was harassed again by that feral squirrel that seemed to have followed him from the village of Falsebane before it scampered off into the nearby forest.
I mean, that squirrel has something to say, I think, and I think we should keep an eye out for it and maybe follow
I
it
am
next time.
actually realizing I also uh, had something on my recap that I was giving everyone. There was an extra day of travel there where the group was traveling along the forest, and a couple of them witnessed off into the forest the fleeting glimpse of what looked to be a unicorn.
Also, I
Um,
sent you a message,
yep,
Nick.
I saw it. You're good.
Okay.
You're good to mark your inspiration.
All right, so our goal here, if I remember correctly, is to drop off the um, rest of the acolytes so they can talk to the temple about getting a new high priest for the village to the north, False Vein. That's pretty much the only reason we were coming here, correct? Am I
Correct.
misremembering it? Okay.
Yeah, your reason for coming here primarily was to escort these uh fellow priests, which did include Senshi, though on your journey, you did have talked with Senshi, and he's agreed to accompany you going forward. But a couple more acolytes that are to get a new head priest, one who is not secretly occultist or crazy.
I don't
One
know.
of
I mean, that's debatable in today's society, but we're gonna leave that there.
There's
Says the
a
guy who
nice
works for
central
a
hub for the
temple.
region.
Fair point. Fair point. Because I'm also a missionary as well, so
There's a couple of other things that you've heard about in the area. Uh, One thing that Merritt knows about, though I don't actually remember if he shared or whatnot, but something about a hut in a nearby forest nearby the city walls.
can you
Um,
share the map
you guys
with
also
me,
are aware
Nick?
of a here is the region map
Thank you. Get it?
for that. Um,
So
Also aware of
Merritt did
a
share that, but it sort of like cut off during the um, playback, and all Merritt said was, "Don't remember how much I've told you guys, but I found out about this hut in the forest," and then it stopped. Was there anything else? Any other information?
all that Merritt really knows is that there is some sort of uh, or it's nearby a walled town, which Scalecliff is a walled town set amongst some trees. Other than that, Merritt doesn't have a whole lot more inspiration besides some speculation that I would leave to Merritt to share. But
Okay.
other than that's more of a not good vibe
Yeah, I
type
was
of
going to
hut.
ask them when they got here, but you brought it up, so.
Uh, you also are aware of a nearby animal sanctuary run by a druid who is a friend of Zolbit, um, who is the portal druid you guys met back in Falsevein. Um, a born by the name of Gorash runs an
Yes,
animal
Gorash.
sanctuary
That access is
just
Druid Grove.
yep, uh, that's um, east of this town in the Scablands or Scalelands as they're called. Um, on that, there's more information you could acquire here, but you also are obtained on your travels a lead for a safe path to the Dead Bark Tree, another notable landmark in the area. And that there is
Gerald, Harold, and
places.
John, or Geralt has now become Senshi. Uh,
Yep.
we have a letter of introduction that Merritt has.
Yes.
From the Mayor of Falseway, Mayor Shield.
Mhm. Yep. That could help with talking to some people. I'm just pulling up some stuff, making sure I got everything. With that, you guys kind of start to approach the city. You're seeing a couple of outlying buildings. What looks to be like a horse stables, kind of just outside the city. Kind of like a horse stable slash inn, just outside the gates. These large stone walls. Uh, you know, the city goes. I don't know, kind of forest off to your what would be your guys' left as you approach this town. Kind of almost the forest almost goes up almost right up to the city. I keep calling it a city, it's a town. I mean, uh, yeah, at this point in time, the gates would be open, and there's not a whole lot of traffic, but there's some traffic kind of going in and out of the gates. You see some like traffic kind of going out of the city to the uh, onto like the outside walls just west of the city and kind of towards what appears to be a little town slums area, just kind of just outside the city walls on the west side. But you guys are able to walk right in. The guards aren't doing any like notable inspection or whatnot. They're kind of just more keeping an overview as people walk by, and you guys are able to walk right in. Um, this side of the you know town is kind of a nice little um, kind of middle class, a lot of crafting or shops that kind of double as homes here of various kinds. Uh, where do you guys want to go first? Do you guys want to head to the temple first? You guys want to find lodging? You guys have a couple more hours left of sunlight before the day is done.
So, as we go through the gates, particle, I'm gonna head over toward one of the guards. Uh, Blessings of Agdar to you. Uh, how has the watch been the last few days? We had a little bit of trouble with bandits along the road. Wondering if you guys have had any trouble here.
Oh, Bones greens back to you. Well, yeah, not too much trouble. Occasional RFI, occasional trouble with the it's in the slums out there, but not nothing too crazy. I mean, uh, there was some trouble down the south where that's our we sent the night order down, but should be cleaned up fairly soon. Uh, but no, clear skies and whatnot here.
South below the Restless River? They make it all
Yeah,
the way down to the Boblin's place?
I'm forgetting if it was further south or if it was either around Boblin's place or further south towards Copperton. Um, a mining village down there. Uh, something to do with uh, burrowing creatures of some kind or another. But
Hmm.
don't worry, the Knight's Orders got them. Uh, you know, or a lightning tree loves to make sure that the old adage of lightning not striking twice is false.
Ah, well, if they burrow this side of the river, we should be fine. Excellent. Well, thank you for your time. Appreciate you keeping us safe in here. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, it was well. What
Phoenix
a
is
nice
just
story.
going. Phoenix is going to ask the DM, "Is there anywhere related to my tattoo that I can figure out why it's growing up my arm every time I pray? Is there anywhere I
Uh,
can go to any churches or something related to my deity?
Well, you know your particular deity is not one who has
Followers, I know.
I mean they have followers, but not necessarily temples. Uh, you know, ask around, kind of, you know, discreetly, kind of look and see if there was any underground presence of
Is there any
Annis
do I know if there's
here.
any underground presence in Falsvane? Or
Uh,
Scale Town, I should
Off the top
say?
of your head, you would not know, but you could ask around and try and find someone. It would give me uh I'd say either a investigation or one of the three uh uh checks: persuasion, intimidation, deception.
Perception, you said?
Deception.
Per what
So
what'd you say,
either
perception or
investigation, deception, persuasion, or intimidation,
uh,
depending on how you're going to go about it. But
well, you said investigation, right?
one of them.
Uh, I'm trying to think. I have a +4 to intimidation, but intimidating people might not be the best way to go about stuff. So I'm thinking
Well, you could
maybe.
think about it as, hey, I'm asking you questions, but I also want you to keep quiet about this.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can do that, but then again, that could go wrong and be like, yeah, okay. Anyways, I'll do intimidation check, and you said in a tower, right?
Yeah, give it to me in the tower.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Uh, so splitting up from the group a little bit, or we'll just say at some point during the day while you're here, you take care of this, but uh, you are able to kind of ask around, kind of in some of the shadier parts of town. You make like a trip out to the slums, and kind of strong arm a couple of people into, asking you slash, just, you know, being quiet that you're asking questions. And you're able to get a lead of some uh, cloaked figures, kind of seemingly bearing symbols that you recognize of your faith, that meet in the dead of night in the docks in the town.
Okay.
Um, so you are basically able to find a meeting place where you might be able to find some people who you can ask that are would be of the faith.
Now, it's been a while since I actually played the game. I forget their little chant they do. Can you send that to me in a whisper in the thing? So I can write it down, because that's something I would normally remember. But I didn't have
Uh,
a chance to write it down
yep,
before I
I
quit
will have
playing.
to. All right, I will get to that to you in a little bit. I'll have to look it up. I have it somewhere, but I would have to bury it in my. It's probably buried in my notes somewhere.
Okay.
Um, I'll get that to you in a bit. If anything, I'll get to you by break. Um,
Also, I'd like to follow up at night and go join a meeting if possible by the time if
yep, we'll
I
get to that
talk.
in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, yeah. But as you kind of like, get into the town and start or going, the acolytes, unless you guys have any other direction you want to go, acolytes would be like, hey, we know the way to the main temple here. If you would like to follow us over on the
Do we see an inn
northeast side.
on the way
Yeah, you would see. Yep,
or
there
restaurant?
is an inn on the way.
Okay.
There's a couple of restaurants, but there is a inn on the way. Uh,
Well, not to disparage your cooking, Gerald, but um, you guys want to grab a bite to eat before we head over there? I just figured it would give Merritt a little bit more time since he's got the letter and stuff to get here.
I mean, yeah, can do. I'm fine with grabbing food.
I mean, what kind of cuisine do you want? Senshi speaks up. Is like, I know a nice fish place, but that's a bit on the south side of town in the Lake District.
Oh yeah, it's been a
A
while
good
since I've
sandwich
had
place in here.
some good fish. We used to have it all the time on the ship, but it's been a while. This is also freshwater, but it'll do. We can also go
Uh,
shopping. So if as we're going along, if you see farmers markets or any booths set up, if you see stuff that you want to grab, spices or fresh supplies, let us know.
definitely. I know the uh, markets down on the lake, the south side as well. Um, up, up here, you get some more of the farmers market kind of produce that's from the surrounding farmsteads. I believe the kind of the farmers market area is just a bit you know east of here, between here and the temple, um, where they kind of set up their stalls and whatnot. Um, I mean, we got some good restaurants here. I believe we actually have some. There's a but there's a good like goblin cuisine restaurant that's uh, just a few blocks south of here. A lot of mushrooms and whatnot. But I got a good mushroom steak there.
Oh, steak. Definitely down for some steak.
It's a mushroom steak, so it's not quite steak, but it's you know close. Um, yeah, no, it's whatever you want.
All right, so we'll head to the fish place restaurant.
Okay. Yep. You head kind of to the south side of town, where there's a little bit there's like a small lake that kind of juts off from the river that that the town kind of encompasses. Um, it's more of a like a large pond really than a proper lake, but it's a lake. Uh, and they have some a little bit of like a dock area. They have some transport from the river, as well as a small little fishing scene. But Senshi kind of leads you to this nice little uh, almost looks like a dive bar with a this kind of like a ship mast like roof kind of looking thing. Um, essentially leads you in, and there's uh, it's kind of a little bit of a darker place. There's a few people drinking already, but they serve some nice fish, primarily salmon is kind of the primary fish they have, but they have a few other freshwater fish as well to serve. Um, but it's nice. It actually wouldn't be out of place for it. It's one of those kind of restaurants that's wouldn't be out of place in a port city, like right on the water. Um, you know, very familiar environment for you, Barnacle.
All right, yeah. So
Um,
sit back and relax. Order some. If they have any wine, I'll order some wine. Otherwise, mead or if nothing else, then beer or ale.
yeah. The restaurant is called the Salmon Goat, by the way.
The salmon goat? That's a
Nice.
interesting name.
Yes. But one of the few like non-fish uh that they have a like some goat cheese that they also serve. That's kind of like their other specialty. That's just non-fish related.
Goat cheese.
I'm going to be listening, um, trying to get a feel for who's in here, and are they just all local fishermen? Are there any other travelers like us? Uh, and or are they all townspeople? That type of thing. I'm looking for also any kind of religious symbols on people. Um, did we? The image has things like a windmill and a temple, um,
Mhm.
but that's just I don't presume that the image is factual. Uh, did we see a temple as we were walking through the town?
Uh, for the direction that you would have gone, no, you would have seen like a couple of like small like shrines that were like just like city level and of like small little shrines of to some smaller deities or like a statue or whatnot. Uh,
Okay,
they would let you know that the temples are kind of or the bigger temples are on the like northwest side of town, kind of like the corner that you kind of like skipped over when you went down south um to this little the fish place. Um, but give me a perception check.
30-20.
Uh, yeah, looking around, you see most of the people here are local fishermen. Um, the people that look to be the locals, but not necessarily fishermen. Um, few people who look to be from out of town, but more of like the sailors, probably. Um, you know, crews of some like river ship that transports cargo or something. Um, you see a few people wearing, or a decent number of people of the sailors that are wearing symbols either to Agdar or Astilla, so either the radiant dragon or you know the you know the giant god of weather. Um, but no one who looks like a priest of any kind. Just people who, normal travelers who have you know religious symbols on them, whether it be mostly just necklaces and whatnot, and other little trinkets. Um, Nobody of any real note. There's a mix of races. Some humans, a couple of hobgoblins. You see a couple of orcs. Um, even a couple of goblins running around. But you know, to be kind of bit of a more of a rough and tumble, kind of down to earth crowd. It's no one of any particular suspicion. But again, you do spot a few people who appear to be like out of town, but sailor types.
all right. Um, so I'll turn to Phoenix. Yeah, so we've got lots of areas around here, but we don't really have a plan once we deliver these priests. Do you have any inklings? I mean, do you? I sort of like this idea of heading toward the cliffside ruins to the north along the cliff face there, but I'm open to suggestions.
Well, I do have to check something, but after I'm done checking something, I'm not against going east to Gorash's animal sanctuary either. So that's my thing, since that seems of more prevalence than the ruins per se. I mean, the ruins sure would be prevalent, but I think seeing what uh Zolbit wanted us to see at the animal sanctuary would be a better option than going to ruins where God only knows what would happen.
Ah,
Uh,
yes, but
I will
that's the
interject because it's
excitement,
been
eh?
a bit. This is a quick reminder. Zolbit Moore just mentioned as a friend of his and I have the same druid circle that is in the area. He's not necessarily sending you there.
Oh,
Just
Well, I got
more
that
of a
vibe from him when he said, "Oh, he's here." So I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
might
did
was.
have
let
more. He might also
he was
have
more
more
of letting Ina
information.
know that
Yeah, he had
it
a
was
lead
more of he
for
was letting Ina know
in Afira. Yeah.
I know, but he
yeah,
might also know more about the ruins as well. You never know.
Okay.
true. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
more
fine. We can head to them. We've
yeah.
got these emblems we can give to him too. That
Yeah,
he wanted us to give to him, so we may as
I
well.
have one on me currently, so I'm fine with giving him the emblems.
I don't know what he meant by present it to him, so I don't know if we're just gonna show him or if we're supposed to give it to him or what. But that's fine.
He
Yeah, we can
also
talk to
might
him.
he also might know about the hunk of Zarzi's crystal heart as well that we have. He might have any idea what how that plays into anything as well. So
Sounds like a plan. I so I'm gonna take my time, eat, uh, trying to keep an ear open. I don't. What time of day did you say it was?
It's late evening, the sun is setting.
I would like to
So you kind
follow
of
up
sit
on that.
down to eat. You have
I would
maybe
like
like an hour left of the night.
I would like to follow up at the hour end of sunlight to see what that meeting is at the docks.
And is this a place we can sleep, or is there, do we need to find another place to sleep?
Uh, this is more of just a bar restaurant.
Okay.
So not really an inn. Uh,
So I'll ask the
and she
proprietor
has a couple of
if
places.
they have any place that they
You
work together with or suggestions.
uh, the kind of this big uh, fellow who probably has some like Goliath or Furbolg blood in him, but looks human. Um, kind of it's like, well, there's the oh, excuse me. Well, we got Anchor's Rest, which is here in the docks, but that's usually full of traveling sailors and whatnot. It's the most traffic we usually get here. Um, but it's a you know nice little place if you don't mind a little uh dampness in your bedroom. Um, that there's cozy little inn that's over closer to the you know keep on the southeast side, run by a friendly halfling chap called shoot, what he called it. Mm, Something like Joe's Rise or something like that. Some bread pun I'm blanking on. I don't usually find myself over there. But uh, uh cozy little place from what I hear. Friendly proprietor. So um
I ask, Phoenix interjects and says, "Is there anywhere within 600 feet of the docks that is for lodging?"
oh, that would be Anchor's Rest. But as I said, it's usually full. You could check there. Let them know uh old barrel sent you, and sure they'll try and find you a place if they have the room. They're just usually full of you know traveling sailors.
I suggest that we go to Anchor's Rest, and then I nudge I nudge I nudge Barnacle and say, "Let's go to Anchor's Rest. I'll tell you why on the way over."
Yeah, those are the only two options. I agree. I don't trust those shifty halflings. You never know what they're up to behind their little smiles and grins.
Yeah.
Uh, Well, if either of those places, well, if Anchor's Rest is full and you're not a fan of halflings, there's a third place on the north side, run by a hobgoblin who's a old warrior type. Um, Told me about adventuring until something took out his knee. Uh, and sword or sword sheath or something like that.
All
Yeah,
right. Well, I
exactly.
appreciate your time. It's great food. We'll definitely be back. I made it reminds me of my times on the ship.
Well, thank you. Remember, tell the people over at Anchor's Rest that old Barrel sent you, and they'll maybe give you a discount.
All right. So we'll head over there.
All right, as we're walking, I'm going to tell Barnacle that I have a meeting at the docks tonight, and the reason why I suggested Anchor's Rest is because I have the horn of silent alarm. If I blow that, then you know to come to the docks because things are going south, and this meeting is. And I mentioned to Barnacle that this meeting is very sketchy. It's my first time meeting with these people, so be on your guard in case you hear me blow that horn. And then I tell you to stick within 600 feet of the docks if possible.
Okay. And as we're heading over there, probably during our meal at some point, we would have talked to the acolytes. Would they want to wait until the morning to go to the temple, or do they want to do it in the evening after we check to see if there is room available?
Uh, they they would like to do it as soon as possible. They're fine
Okay.
to wait until after you guys get accommodations, but they would like to do it today, if at all
Cool.
possible.
I mean, we don't have to get them rooms, so Barnacle's fine with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, so we'll head over there. She just took the laptop, so should be any moment here. Um, Not sure why she didn't jump on Discord like she normally does, but Merritt should be here soon. So we'll head over to
Yeah.
the anchor. See, there it is. Told you.
All right. Yeah. Um, Head over to this, kind of sturdier looking building that's you know, about like a block just off it from the like the proper docks where the buildings start. It's a nice kind of sturdy building with like kind of a stone foundation and has a anchor for a sign that's kind of or an that's like a wooden anchor as its sign. And able to kind of walk right in. It's already a very full kind of central uh, downstairs bar area. It doesn't You don't see a lot of food, but you see plenty of you see a couple of tables where some people are drinking. Seems to be more of a lounge get together area, not like a full on bar or anything, but
Okay.
more to facilitate people buying rooms. Uh, the uh, desk you see uh, a lanky hobgoblin who's kind of just like you know going around or just giving a couple of rooms off to a couple of people as you kind of approach. As you approach, I would actually like you to Barnacle, give me a percentile dice. Okay. Uh, yep. Thank you. Have a good night. Hello. How can I help you?
Yeah, we
As he gives you
sort of stretch a little bit. Evening, Agdar. Blessings of Agdar on you. We've just come from Barrow's place, and he said to head over here, and that you've got some of the best accommodations, or at least closest to the dock accommodations in the area.
Fair enough. Well, Well, Howie's happy to hear that. Barrel's always happy to send people our way. We are quite full at the moment, but we do have a couple of beds left, but it's in the in the I want to call it the common room. In it's one of the larger rooms where you'll be staying with a bunch of other people. Uh, we only have a few beds left, as he does like a quick count zone.
We would need 4 if you've got them.
I was
A couple of these gentlemen
We
with
do
us
have
are
4.
going to be staying somewhere else. They're going to the
Okay,
temple.
yep, I that worked out just perfectly because I was about to say we do not have quite enough for 6. But we do have 4. But that will be our last 4 for the night. The
See,
barrel
Phoenix,
sent
told
you.
you. Agdar looks out for us.
Um, Nights you'll be staying, or you want to just pay by the night?
Oh, I'll go ahead and pay for 2 nights. Do you have any other the more private rooms opening up tomorrow night?
Uh, you have a few ships head out, so we'll definitely have a couple of private rooms opening up tomorrow night, but not tonight. If you want to get on a
All right.
waiting list,
Absolutely.
that'll be 1 copper then for the common room, and then silver if you guys want to pay ahead for a private room.
Phoenix will pay ahead for the private
Testing,
rooms for
testing,
us.
testing.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Cool.
Can
Hello.
you hear us?
Yes, I
Hello.
can hear you guys.
Cool.
Hello, Mantha.
So I'll go ahead and pay 2 silver. 1 for tonight, 1 for tomorrow. And if
And
we
I'll
need an
pay
extra
for
room
the I'll
my
pay
friend
for the
here,
private rooms. So
we'll take care of that tomorrow. Looking at Senshi, he might be staying at the temple. We'll see more about that. But for tonight, we'll need um, the 4 beds. So let me see. Give him that. I'll make sure.
now that Merritt is here, I fill Merritt in on my plan of going to the docks at night tonight to meet with some people based to see why my tattoo is growing up my arm. Also, the fact is that I'm only allowed to go, so that's why we got rooming at the docks areas, because in case things go bad, I had the horn of silent alarm, which I will blow. One of you will be able to hear it, so you'll have to stick close and alert the other one if whichever one of you hears it. So I fill Meriden on the details of the plan. In which, if you hear the horn, a silent alarm, then that means come to the dock, shit's going down. Excuse my language.
All right.
All right.
As a quick recap, you guys are in the town of Scalecliff now. Um, you guys haven't head to the temple just yet, just kind of eaten, kind of seen a couple of the places, talked about what's a little bit of what's in town.
So the bed's 1
Phoenix is
copper for tonight, and you can, if you want to secure a private room for tomorrow, it's a silver for that. So I don't know, Merritt, what you want to pay for now, or what you pay for later.
I'll pay for one silver for myself as well. For a private room.
Oh yeah, Merritt has always chosen the more premium option, so he's gone with the 1 silver as well.
So Merritt's bougie. I see how it is.
Oh, he always
Dude,
has
have you
been.
met the guy?
Yes. So
He desperately wants to look like he's bougie. Okay.
Phoenix, you gonna come with us to the temple, or do you want to just relax here?
I'll go to the temple because then you guys can scope out the docks, and then if everything looks clear, you guys can head back. So I'll go with you.
All right, so we'll
See
head
if
to the
you.
temple. Merritt, you have a letter from the mayor Mayor Shield of False Fane gave you a letter of introduction. So that's to show the priest.
All right.
So we'll head over to the temple and let him sort of gesture the other two. Uh, where'd their names go? Harold and John.
Um, I will say I do apologize. I did originally plan for there to be like a town map for to show you guys. I have not had the time to make it. So,
That's all right.
yeah. uh, do not be afraid to ask questions of like what's where. Um,
Well, my question is, will they be able to hear the horn, a silent alarm from the docks if they're in their lodging?
let me look at the item real quick.
Because it says within 600 feet, and 600 feet is about half of a mile, so half of 1,000 feet, which is usually a mile, so that's what I'm saying, and not in length.
If it's in the part of the docks that is close to the inn, then yes. But if it, there are parts of the docks that are further than that. It'll it'll just depend. Most likely. Um, but yeah. Uh,
Now, will they be able to accompany me, per se, to the meeting, or will it be a meeting for myself? Do you know offhand?
I mean,
Depends
if you
on who you're
wanted to
meeting.
bring them, you could, but you are aware that it's you know, from at least the rumors and just what you would generally know of your meetings of your faith, it's generally a secretive group that is wary of outsiders.
Okay, then it'll just be me then, because I don't want to get killed.
I'd love to go with you. Agdar always needs some more worshippers.
uh,
Nope, these are not the kind of worshippers you want, unfortunately. I'm not how familiar you are with Maznius, but it's the god of nightmares and confusion. So I don't think nightmares and confusion is the type of worshippers you want.
Oh, nice. Just saying, I could go there pretending to be you.
That's right.
That'll certainly work out well.
I will note, that's on Merritt's character sheet. The deity they worship is Jarell. Oh wait, no, that's different. So, but
Is that supposed to mean
anyways,
something? Who is Jarell?
uh, but when I was originally reading the joke, I read it and I read Zolbitz, and
Oh,
that's not the same
That's
thing.
not
It's something
quite
different.
right.
That was me. It's been a long day.
I don't. It's you're good.
What is
Uh,
your
oh, is
deity, Merritt?
Jarell the nature one?
Zolbit is the nature tortoise.
Right, I know who Zolbit
the
Jarell
is.
is
druid mortal.
somebody else.
Yeah. Uh, ignore that. My bad.
Anyways,
Okay, where was I?
I'll just go myself. But
So before that, you guys are heading over to the
temple.
temple, the Merlane temple.
Are we able to drop him and run, or
Um,
do we have to stay with him?
uh, I mean,
We're gonna play it by ear and just see what happens.
I was
I
just
presume that
wondering.
they have rooms and stuff for them to stay, and then once everything is
yeah.
good to go, let's just see what happens. Who knows? They could all attack us. Maybe they're all evil and taken over by this cult.
Yeah. Well,
It's true.
you head over towards the you know northeast side of town, which is kind of where a lot of the main larger temples are. Um, again, as I mentioned earlier, there's a couple of like smaller little shrines and stuff that are like street sides or like that's kind of like a statue of some uh, figure
Be
that's
right back,
revered
guys.
in some faith or another. But most of the larger temples are kind of in the northeast side of town. Uh, as you kind of walk back up, you kind of pass through the farmers market area, just kind of like a at this time of day, as the sun's getting kind of ready to set, it's kind of largely like a field area on the north side of town. Uh, but you take notes that on kind of like far edge, kind of underneath a tree, this kind of round hut that's kind of sitting there with a sign that says Shatterspire Traveling Hut Magic Shop, but it appears to be closed at the moment. Um,
Wait, is that inside the city walls?
uh, on the north side, like within the city walls, there's kind of a area of farmers markets,
The traveling salesman we
like just a
talked
dirt
to
field.
mentioned this guy
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you see, it's like it looks like a circular hut.
just before the feral
Uh,
squirrel attacked you.
Which
you
time?
didn't
Let's
really.
let's be real here. Which time that the feral squirrel attacked me?
Yeah. But for now, you know come to a area of town that's mostly cobblestones and some larger temples of various styles. Barnacle, you notice that there is a temple of Agdar here. Um, uh, but for now, you guys approach the temple of Stilla, which looks somewhat similar to the one you saw in Fallsfane, if a bit more intricate, and a lot of the like kind of this one looks to have a couple of spires that looks to be almost trunk-like in their design, with a couple of like offshoots that look like short branches. Um, uh, and while it looks like the temple's getting kind of ready to close, it's still open, and you guys are able to go inside. Inside, you actually see there's a couple of living trees, kind of in the main foray, kind of very similar to the one in Alsfane, though these ones are a bit larger and definitely look to be full of life. There's even a
They're
couple of
not like living dead trees.
And also, they're not going to
nope.
kidnap Barnacle again, are they?
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
are you trying to stay there?
I mean, if they, I mean, if they want to let them, I mean, I could use a vacation from them anyway. So,
Mm, Uh, but a few priests come and greet you guys warmly, and acolytes start to also kind of make their presence known or the acolytes you're traveling with makes their kind of presence known. Um,
Well,
and
while standing in the line, and the rest of us will step back, leaving Merritt in
Oh my
front
god.
because he's got the letter.
uh, priest kind of turns to you, and who might you all be?
Ah, yes, I am Merritt Roche. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
I'm the
I bring
milk.
with me. Oh,
I'm the milkman.
okay.
Okay.
I bring with me a letter of introduction from Mayor Shields at the village of Phosphane. It would do you quite well to go ahead and give it a look, and he will go ahead and hold it out to him.
Thank you. He opens it up, uh, gives it a quick read. Oh, oh. Like just as they like keeps reading, it's like, oh dear, oh dear,
His face keeps
oh
falling further
dear.
and further.
Um, Doubles to the next page. Uh, uh, okay, I think I get the point. Uh, Uh, thank, kind of turns back to you. It's like goes to shake your hand. It's like thank you very much for your service. We cannot be more glad that you were able to weed out corruption that was unknown to us. Um, we will get on this right away. Actually, if you will stay here for a moment, I'm going to go grab a couple of things that we would like to present to you as a thanks for your great deed. Um,
Yes, Merit
uh,
Roche, great wizard. Do not forget that part. Don't forget. Great wizard.
Don't forget about the milkman. He provides the milk for the Great Wizard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
right,
Phoenix.
Milk
It's a very
walks away.
inside joke.
um, okay. uh, the priest leaves for a minute.
How do you think Merrick got so big and tall and turned into cow? He needed the milk from the milkman.
Uh,
I'm like, this is out of character. I'm so confused right now.
I think we
It's
all are.
Phoenix joking with Merritt, saying the reason why you're only as tall as you are is because he provided the milk to allow you to grow that tall.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Is
you
it
never,
wise to joke about height when Barnacle's right here?
I know, but isn't Barnacle taller than
Maybe you should be giving Barnacle some of that milk.
you?
I don't want to be some freak of nature like you guys. I'm happy being a normal height like the rest of us. Normal people are.
I mean, what's the worst Merritt could do? I just stick my arm out on their head and they can't even hit me.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm like a normal height. Like, I'm a tiefling.
I know, but aren't you like 5'5" or something?
I don't know.
You
Thought he
don't
was kind
even-
of taller.
I was
But,
gonna say
like,
because I was gonna say because I'm almost 6'2", so
yeah, I'm definitely not that height.
that's Ina Fira's like 8 feet tall or some shit, isn't she?
I'm like
Yeah.
5'7".
Okay, then that's short compared to me.
Okay, Barnacle's fucking tiny then, okay? Is he your footstool? Do you rest your foot on him when you get bored?
No,
As
he's my
returning, the
he,
priest comes
he,
back.
I was gonna say he's my
Um,
therapist. I talk to him when I'm done dealing with you, Merritt.
I'm about to make you need more than a therapist.
alrighty, I'm gonna interject here as the priest returns. uh, all, with along with a couple of blah. He returns carrying a couple of items, and following behind him is uh Aller Furbolg looking uh individual, wearing some more intricate robes. Um, who comes up and is like, uh, I have been notified of your great deeds. Let me thank you. I am the head priest of the temple here in uh, in Scalecliff. Uh, my my name, you may call me Priest Root. Uh, I know Root, serving the temple or serving the Great Berlin. I know, very funny. I've heard it all before. Anyways,
I mean, makes it
but
nice and easy to remember.
uh, glad you understand. A lot of people who come traveling and like to make jokes at my expense. Um,
I've
just learn to get ahead of it.
I have a question
Merritt,
for
like,
you.
shoots a look at Phoenix, like, don't fucking make jokes about this.
I'm
I'm building a report here.
No, I'm not. Phoenix actually notes, do you guys bless with wine? Because I happen to come across some top-notch wine that I would love to give you guys as a donation to the church if possible.
Uh, yes, we're all forms of uh, uh, yes, we do partake in wine here, and it's part of our celebrations and whatnot. I mean, wine is just a byproduct of a great harvest of Marlene's blessings.
All right,
But
well,
funny you speak of wine. Actually, one of our gifts to you is a bottle of our great heroic wine. It's made with um, the I'm Nick is blanking on the special name for the uh,
while Nick is
uh,
blanking on a special name,
cereal, but
Phoenix whips out a bag of holding and whips out a box of fine wine and a box of Tybalt's fine wine and says, "You got your pick. You want one or the other or both?"
Is this some sort of wine exchange?
Yes, because wine exchange is the way to making friends. Phoenix says, "The merit."
oh, is that you will graciously accept one of Thibaud's fine brand. He makes such excellent wine. Um, and well, but so I must insist that we only take one. Uh,
No, feel free. Take the whole thing. They're just sitting in my bag of holding, anyways.
Please, we
Spread
are
it
trying
around
to
for
show
the.
our gratitude towards you. I must insist.
All
Um,
right, I fine. Phoenix takes out one and gives him one, and then puts the rest in the bag of holding.
um, quick wine. It's once you drink, you are under the effects of the heroism spell without concentration for its duration.
Wow.
Um, though, uh,
How many uses does
though
it have?
there's only so many cups. As I pull up the item that I'm pretty sure I remembered to code. Um, and it, I definitely forgot to actually write up the item. That is my bad.
Phoenix says to the
But
priest, I have a quote about wine. It says, "Friendship is like a wine. The longer you stay, the stronger it gets, and the stronger you stay, the more precious it gets." Phoenix getting all philosophical right
oh, that
now.
is a great quote. As for number of uses, it has 8 total uses.
Wow.
Wow.
Without concentration.
What does
Yes.
without
Uh,
concentration mean? I'm confused.
It
it
means when
so
you
it's a
get
spell
hit,
that you
it
have
doesn't
to
go away.
Ew.
the spell itself requires concentration, which just means if you were to get hit, you have to make a con save, and if you fail, the spell goes away. This particular
Ew.
case, it's yeah, spell is everything else is the same except to yourself because you're drinking it, but still like an action
Mm.
to use and whatnot. Um, uh, other than that, he also presents you a uh, bag of these looks to be almost like blueberries, but they're closer to, but or they're uh, not as squishy. They're a little bit harder. Uh, oh man, my brain is starting to give out on me. Uh, shoot. Uh,
It's like good berries.
you eat what? Uh, Yes, they are good berries.
What's a good
Uh,
berry? Is it this thing Ina throws at us to
It's when
eat?
you eat it, you feel good. Yeah, that's a good
Uh,
berry.
yep.
Yeah, it is the
explain.
thing that
This is
Ina throws
a
at us.
Okay, I just
yes.
was asking.
Uh, this is a bag of 20 good berries. Um, they will last, however, or they will not go away as do the spell, but they
That's nice.
um,
Cool.
you know,
Very
other than
cool.
that, they're just a bag of 20 good berries that will last you. Um, they also present to you with a uh, holy symbol of Merlane, kind of a little, well, looks a little bit ceremonial, as a kind of part of the things. And in addition to that, two bottles of holy water.
Ooh, holy water.
So it won't light Merritt on fire if I throw it on him. It's not that type of holy water.
I
I was making a joke at your horns, Merritt.
my parents are human, you know.
I know. I don't recall recall you telling me that actually.
No, he actually has like never talked about his family.
That's what I'm saying. I have no recollection of you
Um,
telling me that.
No. I knew that while I was saying it. I'm like, quick little lore drop.
Quick
Um,
little lore drop. He's not actually a tiefling. He's a human, just disguised as a
no,
tiefling.
he's very much a
actually,
tiefling, but in this world, tieflings can be born to any kind of parents, if I remember
Okay.
correctly.
yes, it's more of a planar influence kind of deal than a
Then a outright
race.
heritage deal. Yeah.
Yeah, Asimar and Genasi are very similar.
So we appreciate the gifts. Thank you. Are you able to one house these fine acolytes of Merlane for the night? And are you able to fulfill the needs of the town, Falsvane?
We do have plenty of, or we do have room for uh, fellow acolytes to stay. Um, though it will be, uh, we will have to go through a selection process to appoint a new head priest and, well, vice head for the temple up there, as well as probably gather a number of acolytes to help replenish the church to.
Ah, well, I'm sure they would
On.
appreciate it. Their tree doesn't look
Uh,
anywhere good as yours.
uh, some more spiritual corruption, I guess we'll have to help fix. This is a
Don't forget the
Dark's
vast
bane on
under.
our
Don't
church.
forget the
They'll
vast
have to do.
underground that the cultists dug either. You might want to go down there and bless anything that is down there.
And destroy that creepy statue.
Yeah, the one that looks like
Uh,
it was staring into Merritt's soul.
well, you have my word. We will go and cleanse the temple of all of its corruption and make sure it's a place that properly represents our faith.
I'm sure that will
But
be good for all parties involved.
Indeed.
All right, Senshi. So we'll meet you at, let's say, lunchtime at the fish restaurant we ate at earlier tonight.
alrighty, I'll see you there then. Um,
All right. So you guys want, who's taking what? Or is it of? I have no desire for the holy symbol. The only thing I really care about is the holy water. I want at least one of those, but other than that, I'm happy to carry anything else you guys want to do, but
Um, Look, man, if Merritt was to take the holy symbol, it would probably only be to like disguise himself as somebody from the faith, and maybe that is not the most respectful thing to do to a holy symbol.
And unless it's the hand of a cleric, it's just a piece of wood. So
I mean, I don't need any of that stuff, so if you want to give the bag of good berries to Merritt, I mean, I don't know how much of alcoholics you guys are, but I do enjoy a good wine, so.
this is not for drinking. This is for going into battle.
Yes, I know, but anything that gets me half crocked while in battle is the best thing, so I will take it if nobody wants it. Phoenix's backstory basically labels him as a recovering alcoholic in a way.
Yet somehow the wine that you've been carrying in your bag of holding has made it here unscathed.
Because he knows his limitations. He only drinks for occasions now. So, like for example, if the Merritt was to marry somebody, he would drink to them. But that's the only time he drinks is for occasions.
All right,
Good
well,
to
let's
know.
head to this dock, see where your meeting is, so we can at least have an idea where we need to go if something happens.
Yes, so I take them. Well, the dock's by the place, so
I'll take the good berries. I think y'all said that I should take them. I'll take them.
I'll take the wine, I guess.
So a good berry provides you enough sustenance for 24 hours. You don't have to eat,
Mhm.
and it heals you 1 hit point. So
I just wrote a description. There's 20 of them. They're good berries, so they have the same effect as the spell.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put a link to the spell
Fair.
in the in the
although
in
this
there.
Yeah,
now
I
that these
did get
don't
that far.
spoil, I can fulfill my lifelong dream of making some good berry jam. I think it'd be good on a biscuit with some butter, nice warm biscuit.
So I have a odd question. What is the equivalent in in your world, Nick,
Mhm.
that stuff that you get from Australia? What is it? That black tarry stuff? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Marmite?
No, not marmalade.
Marmite.
Vegemite.
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 Yeah, yeah. What is the equivalent of Vegemite in your world? I would say.
Uh, I don't think I necessarily have an equivalent of you. There might just be Vegemite in the world somewhere. Maybe you'll find a variation that's a little bit more fantastical. So the
I
same
mean,
thing as finding mayonnaise or jam.
do they use mayonnaise in D&D? I mean, they have to have some sort of like.
Yes,
They
Mayonnaise
do.
Yeah.
is from eggs,
and
so it's pretty easy to make.
there's a magic item
You
that
can get.
let you get a gallon of mayonnaise a day.
Yep.
Nice.
Really, I need that magic item.
Well, you can check for it at the magic shop. Um.
Jug of alchemy.
Yep. Allows you to do a lot of other liquids, but including mayonnaise. And mayonnaise
Including
was invented.
mayonnaise.
Well,
Um.
it would
It's
be
like
good.
the only condiment that we know 100% exists in this world.
Yes.
It would be good to have
Yep.
those, especially with cooking on the go. You know what I mean? Because I do have a tinder box, and I do have a
We have a
food
cook,
kit, a mess kit.
You have a
So
cook. Uh.
Senshi.
Senshi is a cook actually. That you can part of the reason why you guys have asked him to continue traveling with you is because he is a good cook.
okay, so you just don't
Yes.
want me to poison you. I see how it is.
Yes.
Phoenix just gets all sad.
I mean, I don't think anyone wants you poisoning the people to be poisoned, but
Not the poison, but you
uh,
know what I mean. It's a joke because everybody says.
Merritt sweats a
yeah.
little bit, considering he's got like some poisoned wine and poisoned healing potions that he's carrying with
They're the
him.
one. Okay, Uh, I was like, I knew someone had a thing of poisoned wine, and for a split second, I thought Phoenix was the one who had
No, I
it.
have
No, it's
Tybalt's
me.
wine. Yeah, I have Tybalt's wine.
Like for a split
She
second, I
had
totally thought Phoenix was gonna offer the priest poisoned wine.
Nice.
That would be good. We should keep that on the back burner.
um,
No,
Def
it's Merritt because he's kind of planning on at some point disguise selfing himself and being like, "Oh my god, man, you're hurt. Here, have a healing potion."
uh, yeah.
Wow. And
Uh,
I thought and I thought my background was terrible. Merritt literally on the download trying to poison some people. I'm
He
surprised
got
Merritt
solid tactic to your
poisoned
enemies.
and he
listen, I'm
hasn't done it yet.
listen, I'm surprised Merritt hasn't joined the Rogues Guild just by how fondness for poison he has.
Excuse you, I am a great wizard with
Yes, with
unlimited spell slots for disguise self, okay? It's my favorite spell.
Yes, you role play. Very nice.
All right, so we'll head to the dock.
Yep.
I was looking around, just trying to get an idea of where his meeting is. That way, and then we'll leave. The rest of us will leave
Yeah.
and head back to
Yeah.
the anchor to get some
Yes.
rest.
Yes. And then like I tell them, be aware if you hear the horn of silent alarm, then come running. Or get your stuff and come to the docks. I don't anticipate that will happen, but it might happen. So if negotiations or questioning goes wrong,
I'll say actually, Eve. As you kind of go to the docks, kind of try to scout out a couple of areas that where the meeting could be. Give me some investigation checks.
from me,
Uh,
All of us, we're all
anyone who
going
would
to
like to
check it
help.
out, aren't we?
Yeah,
yeah.
since you all are going, just all of you.
Do we know we're
Feel
in
free to
the
just do it in
tower?
the chat. Just do it in the chat.
Okay. 18.
You know what? We rolled all right.
Barnacle's a bit distracted, just like uh, uh,
Barnacle
enjoying
doesn't
being in
like
a
the smell of
familiar
fish.
environment that is the docks. No, he likes the fish. In fact, he's distracted by it. He's just like, it's great to be back in this kind of environment and not really paying attention to your culty shit. um, and it's between Marin and Phoenix. You get scout out a couple of areas, a couple of which would be a bit further away than what you're hoping for. But there is an area that's looks to be kind of like a out of the way, kind of perfect kind of meeting spot that would be kind of just in range of your silent alarm that you're hoping for. But you know of at least two others that are a bit further away that you might need to check as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm
Um,
gonna tell them head back, and I will do some digging around here and see if I can get into the meeting.
yeah.
I
I
just
think with that, we're actually going to head to break a little early, and we'll pick up with that when we come back.
I
Okay.
can just picture Phoenix sitting in a folding chair in a circle, and then trying to lift up his cloak to surreptitiously blow this horn so nobody can see.
He disguises it as like a sneeze, right?
Oh, there you go.
Well,
That's great.
well,
Mhm, mhm.
well. Believe it or not, it's actually attached to his around his shoulder with a string. It goes like it's like a book bag kind of thing. Like it's like it has a string that wraps around underneath his arm and goes and is like attached to his chest. So like all he has to do is just go grab it and blow it. It's not like he has to dig it out of a bag. Like it's like one of those like satchel backpacks that people wear across their chest and it
Like a
loops under.
crossbody.
Yeah, like a crossbody bag. Yeah, that's how he has
Cool.
it. So it's always close. So in case he needs to blow it, he can just blow into it.
Okay. Let's go to break.
Yep. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
All right, we are
I'm
back.
here.
The group is, one of them is at the dock. The rest of us are, a couple of them are at the temple, and the rest of us are at the Anchors Hotel, getting ready to go to sleep.
Well, I tell.
Nick, take it away.
Well,
Phoenix, you were saying something?
I was gonna say I would have told not Merritt, Barnacle to stay up a little bit later just to be on the safe side before he goes to sleep. I would have told him to stay up a little bit later so he's not like just going back and just going to bed, you know. And while this,
Oh, you told Barnacle that? So Merritt's going back and going straight to bed then.
Yeah, I only need one of
Well,
you
for
guys to
tonight at least, you are all sleeping in the same area. So,
yeah,
yeah, as the only rooms available for tonight are the kind of
common room,
common
yeah.
room areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then that's what happens when you go to one of the busier inns. Um,
It's true.
yeah. Well, for this one, would like to provide a visual, so even if it's not perfectly perfect, so throw you guys on this, or throw these Phoenix on this little map. Couple of
Nice.
things. Up is south. So just imagine that, rotate at 180 degrees, but for now this works.
Well, if you look at the world map, the dock is facing south, so I mean.
So if
Yep,
you,
just
Nick, if you go to the unlock the image, and
okay.
then on the go to click the layers tab, and then click this. There you go.
Oh,
Boom. Now it's south.
how did,
Nice.
why have I never known
You
this?
can also
What?
flip. There's a button that says flip. Yep. So there you
Wow.
See,
Like
you
the
Okay.
learn.
doc's doing like a little dance party over there.
go.
You learned something that I don't know why I did not know this.
You learn something new
Cool.
So
every
there's
day,
Okay.
Nick.
this guy on YouTube, Spencer77. He has a
Yeah,
show.
I hear he has some pretty good tutorials about this kind of stuff.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Sven is amazing. I'm surprised Nick doesn't stop by more of his tutorial streams. I learned how to make a freaking awesome NPC last night.
Look,
Uh,
you would have known about this if you had gone to youtube.com/Fenster77.
And checked
well,
out
I
his
am
YouTube channel.
uh, I'm now feeling like really like this is something I really should have known. Like I'm feeling really stupid right now, but I also happy I know this.
Also, if you already aren't subscribed to Spenster77 because he's awesome, just saying.
Yeah, yeah,
And it
subscribe.
he pays Mantha, so
Anyways, I know, yeah, it's dark out, not bright like the map.
Right.
But it's now oriented correctly. Um,
You
uh,
know, can't fix everything with a simple going to the layers steps.
yeah.
yeah, it's a map I found real quickly. So
No, I'm just giving you shit.
yeah, no. Unfortunately, we can't all be as great DMs as Sven. Um,
If only.
I
but
know,
I do
right?
try.
With his parallaxing and everything. I haven't seen no parallaxing on Nick's side.
And if you want to know what we're talking about, you should check out the other stream.
Indeed.
Um, uh,
Did we lose you, Nick?
Nope. I'm
Okay.
uh give me a moment as I throw a couple more things on here. Mostly, people, whatnot. Um yeah, I guess Phoenix, how are you like so as it like comes time and you start to like head towards the docks, how are you coming towards the docks?
Uh, um, well, it's dark outside, so obviously I'm not going to be just walking up to the docks. I'm going to be taking precautions and looking around and seeing if I can see anybody, but also being cautious as well. I'm not just
All
going to
right,
walk up
give me
like
a
it's
stealth
the
check.
stealth check. I mean, I'm not sneaking, I'm walking, but I'm cautiously looking around. I wouldn't say
That would still qualify as a stealth check.
still qualifies as stealth check. All right. At least I'm not wearing plate mail. That's not too bad. I have a
Like
plus two
you're cautiously traversing.
in the
That
tower, or
technically
do I
qualifies.
know?
This will be in the tower.
Okay, there we go. It's in the
Also,
tower.
are you just kind of going out in your like normal gear, or did you like
Well,
robe or anything?
I'm going to be going out in my normal gear. It's just I'll be making sure my tattoo is very much visible so they don't think I'm just some random guy trying to eavesdrop on their conversation.
Okay,
So,
so basically your normal gear, but you roll up your sleeve kind of deal.
yeah.
Yep. Uh, yeah, you cautiously kind of make your way as you kind of are.
I mean, I can think of
Well,
some tattoo. I've seen some wild tattoos, Spencer.
uh,
Yeah, he
fortunately
goes,
for
I'm like,
all
hey
of us,
guys, why
it's
is my
just
train
on his
step growing?
Right.
Or
fortunately for all of us, it's a tattoo that kind
why
of
is the
starts on his hand and
tattoo
starts growing up his arm.
or it could be like, why is the tattoo on my left butt cheek growing across my right butt cheek? And you just pull down your pants.
Luckily, as Nick was saying, it's on your arm. So
Yeah, it's on my arm. Yeah. Anyways, continue, Nick.
Um, yeah. As you like first leave the inn, like a couple of guards that are just like patrolling, though like they're head away from the docks. And you see as you kind of like acknowledge each other as you kind of carefully kind of start making your way towards the docks. On that, you don't see a whole lot, people as you walk over the couple blocks. Mm, Uh, actually, give me a perception check as you approach the docks proper.
Perception?
Yeah,
In the tower, or do I know since I'm looking?
I will say this is in just in chat.
That's a terrible perception. Can I use my inspiration or reroll that? One of them.
For it.
Alrighty, let's try this again, boys. Second verse, same as the first. That's better. I can work with that.
Yep. As you're going, you see as you kind of round a corner, um, up a block ahead of you, kind of getting into the dock area that you were scouted out earlier. You see someone in a dark cloak, uh, kind of like pass between some buildings towards the area you're headed.
Well, I'm going to follow that dark cloak person if I can.
Okay. Yep. Nope. You follow after you kind of come up to this the area you had scouted out prior that was kind of closer, uh, closest to the inn, and as you kind of round the corner, kind of being careful, you do spot a couple of um, people kind of gather off to one side, all kind of in these dark cloaks, huddle and kind of chatting. Um, they don't seem to have noticed you just yet, but you're also kind of just kind of around the corner. How do you want to approach?
I'm going to approach and utter the phrase to them. As a greeting, I'm going to utter the phrase, embrace the darkness, as I walk up to them and see what they say.
You see they kind of turn and kind of see you. Um, taking a moment to like kind of assess as they kind of register what you're saying.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then I show them my tattoo as well. Why I say embrace the darkness. If I'm close enough to them.
uh,
If I get close enough to them, I show them my tattoo. So,
yep, you kind of like raise your arm, kind of like brandishing it. Uh, one of them kind of like steps forward, kind of nods. Embrace the darkness. In madness, there is enlightenment. Shall you enlighten us, brother?
in terror
This
there
is
is truth.
yeah, uh, kind of like a middle-aged human male who with some like sunken features, kind of wearing his dark cloak. Um, we don't get many new brothers out here. What brings you our way, traveler?
I come
You
as
are able to approach.
Yeah, I was gonna say as I approach them and I show them my tattoo and say my tattoo is growing. I come seeking information on why that is.
Hmm. Uh, allow me to see, says the kind of the guy who appears to be kind of the leader. Kind of approaches, kind of like inspects. You are one blessed by uh Osneus indeed. Um, this appears to be nothing of war, simply her mark, and it's growing seems to be simply a extension of her of your growing power through her.
Okay. Is there anything I should know about this growing power? I asked the question.
Well, as our one of our faithful all know, this uh, is one of darkness, of nightmares, of madness. One would pertain that as you embrace her powers more, as her power grows, that so too would the extensions of her domain.
Hmm. And
So
person
one strong enough to be of her following may be able to conquer it, as we all hope to embrace in order to control and use.
is there any way I can learn to control this power that she has given me, or when will I learn to control this power, or when will I learn the ability to be able to control the power she has so graciously gifted me?
Strong mind and well, practice. If you feel yourself losing yourself, try and ride the tide and about the other end.
Mm.
The only
And
way to conquer it is to you go through it.
okay, Phoenix is just taking all of this in and nodding his head, and he asks the question: is there anywhere in the world that we meet other, well, than here, of course? This is my first time being here, but is there anywhere that our following meets that is safe for us to talk more about this growing power or gift that she has given me.
Uh, none in local, none in the area. Uh, there's a couple of cities where we have a few hideouts in, a few temples, hidden temples. But unfortunately, none in the area.
Hmm.
Um, do have a few sisters in the village uh, west of here, um, along the river. Um, and that's I think our and we have a few more brothers and sisters here in the city, but or here in the town,
Hmm.
but we don't have any proper hidden temple here yet. Looking to
I
establish
will.
one. If you
I
are here
will.
to help us with that.
Yes, yes, definitely. I will be in the city for some time. However, is there any way I would be able to reach you guys without having to come back here at night? Like, is there any specific way to reach the brothers and sisters of the following?
A we'll say persuasion check with advantage at this point.
Persuasion check with advantage. Okay, so advantage in the tower or in chat.
We'll just do in chat.
18.
Well, if you're in the city and we need you, I'm sure we'll find you. But if you have anything pressing, you can find me uh at the candle maker's shop just on the north side. It's Sleepy Time Candles. Is the shop's name. And well, I should be there.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you, gentlemen, for your enlightening information tonight. I do appreciate it. And I will be on the lookout for more brothers and sisters to convert to our following as well.
Uh, we all are. May your uh, may your sleep or may your nightmares be conquerable.
May your nightmares be conquerable as well, good sir. And then I just turn around and walk away.
Yeah. You get about halfway back, and you hear some uh cries of pain and sounds of fighting back the way you came.
Hmm. So should I does it sound like men fighting or is it just like
It sounds like men yelling in pain.
I'm gonna go investigate it for shits and giggles. Well, I'm not gonna investigate it, I'm just going to take a look at what it was.
All right. Are you just rushing back? Or are you being careful? What you doing?
I'm being careful.
All right. I'll say give me another stealth check. This in the tower.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, you make your way back, and you find uh, that uh, the screams died quickly after you started turning back and heading back. Um, but you come back to this same area um, and find uh, 3 dead bodies and the guy you talked to, who's also laying there, laying amongst the bodies, seemingly still alive, but in great pain and seems to be almost bleeding out.
I
No one else is there.
hmm.
Give me a perception check as you start, or
In the
whatever you're
tower,
as
or
you're
do I
looking around.
know?
We'll say in chat.
I mean, I'll go with it because I'm not trying to waste another inspiration in case I need it.
As a quick glance, it looks like, I mean, you can tell that the other guys that were there are dead. One's missing a head, or has it looks like his head is severed from his body. Um, it almost looks like there was an animal attack here, as a couple of the nearby stands and crates have also been broken.
Hmm.
Um,
Does the
but
cultist, as he sees me coming back, does he say anything to me?
uh, looks to be almost like he looks to be pretty out of it. He looks like he's on the verge of being like unconscious,
Okay.
and like in a lot of pain as like he's like holding his gut, like try not almost bleeding out, and he's bleeding from various other wounds.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm just going to go up to him as he's going unconscious, and uh, say to him, embrace the darkness. In madness there is enlightenment, in terror there isn't truth. As he fades off and passes away, to give him at least functioning respite with Masnius. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold his
Okay.
hand and say that to him while he's passing away.
Okay. So you aren't going to try and save him or anything. You're just going to kind of hold his hand
I
as he
have
passes
nothing
away.
I have nothing to save him with. That's the problem. I don't have any healing spells or cure wounds or anything like that. I'm a
You can
fighter,
still
so
like basic first aid.
I mean, but
If you'd like to.
if the gash is as big as it is, I don't think I'm saving that. I don't have enough first aid on me to cover a large wound. Like, I have basic first aid, sure, but I don't have enough, like, to actually, you know what I mean, cover a large wound. Like, I'm looking at my item things, I'm looking, like, you get what I'm saying?
You have clothes. You could yell for help.
As a fighter, you should know some
Uh,
first aid. You might be able to use a medicine check to help him.
And
Medicine
even if
check?
it's not something that would simply be, you can make a medicine check, use what you place. You do have to try and at least stabilize him until you get better help. Not necessarily like
I can try it, but I'm not proficient in medicine, so I doubt it'll be
you can
useful,
still
but I can
attempt.
try it. Yeah, I can try it. I'll try it then.
All right, give me a medicine check in chat. And like while like you're the first to arrive, and okay, never mind. But like I was also gonna say like while you heard the scream, you're like like there are guards that patrol. Like you're sure someone else probably also heard and would be nearby and is probably also coming to investigate. But uh, as you get there, you look down. Like that's a large gash. You're looking at your first aid supplies. I was like, like you kind of like tense up and you just think to comfort and do what you did, or do what you
Yeah,
were saying. In
yeah,
the end, just mind going blank, not thinking of ways that you could possibly perform first aid as
yeah. So
fades away.
as he fades away, I'm just going to go along. Well, the one head that isn't severed, I'm gonna go along and swipe their eyes closed, and then I'm gonna leave. And then whoever deals with it. Unfortunately, but there's nothing I can do. I'm just
Yeah,
going to
you
go
hear some
along.
guards like seemingly rushing this way as you kind of finish that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take off and dip down the alleyways and get out of there.
Okay, I'll say we'll go off the prior stealth check, um, and you are able to get away without being noticed by the guards.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're able to go back to the inn, Anchor's Rest, uh, and go back to your room, covered slightly in blood from the, or well, you're able to like get rid of the blood, but you know,
Yeah.
of the people you were with. But yeah,
Yeah. And then I tell.
I'll sort of note that he came back in and then sort of go back to sleep.
Yeah, so I tell Barnacle and Merritt what transpired in the morning time when we wake up, when we all wake up and get ready to go and stuff. I pull them aside and tell them what transpired, basically saying that the power of my deity is growing within me, and basically I'll be able to inherit this great power that she has blessed me with. The more my tattoo grows, and I also tell them about the seemingly killing that happened after I left, and pretty much I went back and there was really nothing I could do, and pretty much I just sent them on their way. So I tell them all that in the morning time.
So I'll sort of look around, see if anybody's listening to our conversation, and uh,
Well, I
in
pull
like
you
a
guys as
whisper,
I
I'll be
pull you
saying,
guys
"Hey,
as
did you see any tracks or any idea of what did that? Are they going to be after you now?"
I I whisper back to him. I say, I don't know. Maybe I don't actually know. I didn't when I got back, which was like a whole 2 minutes, like it was already gone. Like they were just dead and gone. Like there was no tracks that I could see. No, no. It was like almost like a bear attacked him, if that makes sense. Like his head, one of their heads was severed off, and like one had a giant like gash wound across his stomach. Like like a bear kind of attack. Like how like bears will like claw you and bite you and stuff. That's what it looked like a bear attack. Like I don't know if somebody, and it was really quick as well. Like it took me a whole. How long do you think it took me about to get back there? Like a few minutes, you said? 2 minutes, I would say. A few minutes.
yeah. You were being careful and both leaving and then coming back. Probably couldn't have been gone more than 5 minutes or so between
Yeah,
when
I'd say
you left
about
them and when you came back.
like like a few minutes at most, and it was just gone. And I don't know who it was or what happened, but like I left them fine. We talked, and I tell, like I said, uh, Merritt and Barnacle about the night. Like we talked. I asked them, if they have any meeting grounds, and they do. And I will not enlighten where our meeting grounds are, but I said, I basically said that, they said that the more my tattoo grows, the greater power I'll get from my deity, basically. So I could inherit the power of a god, basically. So,
So I understand you just met them and only talked to them for a few minutes, but three of them are dead. You don't have,
four
I
of them
mean,
are dead, so.
four of them are
Yeah,
dead. Okay, so I mean,
and I don't know what attacked them. Like I said, it was a total of 5 minutes for me to leave and then come back, and whatever it was very quick and very agile, and I have no clue what it was. And I couldn't really investigate, like if there were tracks or do anything investigation further because the guards were coming. So I managed to escape past the guards without them seeing me, but guards did come. So there'll probably be something somewhere in some sort of article or something that they're gonna post looking for the conspirators behind it. I do know he was the owner of a candle shop. What was the candle shop name, Nick? I completely slipped my mind.
Sleepy Time
sleepy
Candles.
time.
Sleepy Time Candles, yeah.
It was up on the north side.
It was up on the north side of the building.
Or
So I'm
up
trying to
north
get
side of
some
town.
sort of read from Phoenix. Does he seem normal? Does he seem like this is a doppelganger or possessed or anything? or does he seem like his normal self?
Uh, uh, as far as you can tell, Phoenix seems his normal self. Seems, you know,
Sorry, what were you saying? Mom was
kind of
asking me questions.
confused about what happened and whatnot, and just more trying to relay events as he experienced them. But he
Yeah, it
seems as
was.
normal self as from what you can figure.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I'll sort of make eye contact with Merritt and then sort of shrug my shoulders. Okay. So how do you want to proceed from here? Still looking to
I'm.
go to the Grove, the animal
I
sanctuary?
mean, I mean, I mean, it doesn't hurt to pay a visit to the candle place and see if there's anybody there, or if we can find anything about who did this. And then maybe we can go. I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm fine with going to the animal sanctuary, but I don't think we should leave this unturned. It might be related to, the skeletal guy we seen. Like Gillen's saying, it could be related to something with Zarzi. You know what I mean? Like it could be leftovers from that.
It
Okay.
very well could, but I should note that we should not participate in activities that could further draw attention. So
Oh,
Yeah,
try to be subtle.
yeah.
So I'm going to go up to the innkeeper
mhm.
uh, and just sort of. Appreciate the room for last night. How's it looking? Are we still. Looks like we might be able to get those extra rooms? Private rooms tonight?
Yes. Yes, we're on track. They're all ready for you around lunchtime or anytime after that. We got you guys all set up for rooms for tonight. Um, so long as you guys no changes, you guys aren't moving out or anything.
All right, sounds good. The It's been a while since spent a night in a town like this. Anything going on today? Anything exciting happening?
Well, I mean, should be getting some town news here. Here in a minute, we got a I hire a little errand boy who goes and meets with the town criers and then comes and relays all the information back for me for so I can share. But he should be here. Oh, well, he should be here soon. I mean, because uh, usually gets here for his breakfast here in the next like 15 or so minutes. But
Uh-oh.
uh, if you're wanting to hear some town news, just enjoy your breakfast and uh, it'll be up and ready. By the time you're done.
All right. Well, again, thank you, and we look forward to our own room tonight. There's a couple people. I'll stare at Phoenix and Merritt who snore in that common room, so it'd be nice to have our own room.
Yeah, no, we got a couple of ships heading out, but you know, gotta make sure to clean up after them, whatnot. I mean, so you know how seamen can get.
That's right. That's right. Want all the remains of the semen from the room, please. Thank you. That'd be great.
Wait, you
So,
want the remains of the seamen?
I do not
No,
have
no,
the
I've got.
semen in my room.
I was gonna say
Uh,
they're boarding. Listen, the seamen are boarding a ship that's long, hard, and full of seamen. Don't you know?
anyways, yeah, no. So, uh, we got nothing fancy for breakfast here. We got uh, options that are just kind of part of our room and board. Um, but yeah,
Do
no,
you have bagels?
nope, that would be an uptown thing.
Ah, what do you have in the realm of bread wise breakfast pastries? Anything?
I got a slice of stale bread with gruel.
That'll work. I'll take two of those. How much?
I mean, if you want 2 slices of bread, bread with your gruel, that will be. Just pull your chain. Here you go.
I mean,
Nice.
I don't mind paying. Money is not an option to me.
Food is included with your board, or at least
Okay.
the gruel breakfast. So I can't figure why, but most people like to skip. Uh,
I
yeah,
can't imagine why, Merritt says, completely planning to skip.
it's good gruel.
I mean, I don't
So
see
for those of you who do
that.
partake in the gruel, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw. Um,
You know, Phoenix can down 6 bottles of wine. Why can't he eat some gruel? You know.
Oh my gosh, Sven.
Rolled a 1, re-rolled, got a 2.
What did you say? Constitution check.
Yes.
No,
yes,
a
Save.
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 Uh,
Constitution save.
Yeah,
How
this
do
is
you
not the
know?
best gruel today.
So yeah, no, you guys are some hardy folk, and oh boy, do you miss Senchi's cooking. It
Merritt
is
gets
some
like
of
a
the
little
worst
sick
gruel
watching
you
you
have ever
guys.
had. Phoenix, if you hadn't checked it yourself, you were pretty sure, like you checked the bread before you ate it, but like the taste of it makes you think it might have had some mold in it. Then like
It's
it can't.
extra
How is it this
penicillin will be
bad?
good.
So you guys are feeling a little sick, but nothing too bad. By the time you guys manage to choke down your gruel or throw it up or whatever you wish, uh, a little
Phoenix chases the
like
gruel with
12-year
some.
old middle.
Phoenix chases the gruel with some of Tybalt's wine out of his bag of holding. He eats it, takes a sip of wine, eats it, takes a sip of wine. He just chases it down.
uh,
It's a waste of some good wine.
Yes, but it's never a bad day to get drunk, Phoenix says.
uh, so as you guys are kind of finishing up, a little 12-year-old boy kind of runs in, kind of rushes over to the hobgoblin proprietor, um, kind of whisper or like hurriedly kind of like tells him in kind of like a uh uh hushed voice, but you could very tell he's like kind of animated and relaying all the information that he seemed to have gathered. Uh, to which the proprietor he looks a little like, oh, that's a little concerning. Uh, before he kind of like pulls out some more gruel and uh bread. Uh, this bowl looking a little nicer. It appears to be like some sort of like herb sprinkled on top or something. Uh, yeah, as he like gives it to the boy who you know eats it, grimaces, continues eating. Uh, but uh, you know he looks at but the prior kind of like looks around. And is like, all right, you lot, be careful traveling out there. There was a murder on the docks last night.
A murder, you say?
Yeah.
Phoenix asked, did they see anybody around the area, or did they see any tracks or anything?
Uh, no suspects yet, at least as far as I'm aware. Just uh, uh, they're just the word is that there's a murder. There was a murder on the docks only a couple blocks from here, so be careful when you're stepping. Don't travel alone. Oh, the guards catch this whoever this fucker is.
Wait,
Um,
wait. You're saying that there was a murder. Didn't Phoenix tell us that there was like multiple?
Are you saying this to the innkeeper?
No, no, no.
uh,
I am.
I said a murder. He would have said just murder. Uh,
Okay.
uh,
I'm
but
like over here, like, Did they hide all but one?
No, no, that's a good catch. No, I I made it sound like singular. It was more like he would have implied that multiple people were murdered
Okay,
last
cool.
night. Yeah, no, good catch. That's my bad. Words.
Word's
So
hard.
Barnacles looks shocked. I can't believe it. Not in the town of Scalecliff. Something like this. Well, I never. Uh, Pretty good performance overall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check into
Uh,
the temple and see what's going on with it.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard anything about this. Slept through the night.
Wonder if they all
Yeah.
had the tramp stamps. So
Yeah, that's the key. We gotta go check them for tramp scan.
right.
Or the Loch Ness
that's just a
monster
general
tattoo.
warning the proprietor gives. If you wanted to talk to him more, you'd have to go up to him.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to. So I'll turn to the two of you. I did want to go over to just make a stop at the Agdar Temple, and then you guys will grab Senshi, and we can head out, or we can zip over to the candle maker. Don't they have another name? I can't remember what they're called, but the we can go to the candlestick maker and see if what's up with him after we go to the temple if you want, or I can just meet you there.
I'm alright with us all going together, but I will also throw out that while we're in Scalecliff, I think we should check out. I we need to gather a bit more information, but
The
there's
term
a
you're look the
hut.
term
Hmm?
I was gonna say Phoenix would have knew what term the term you're looking for is Chandler.
Yeah.
Chandler.
Yep.
Yes. That's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Yes, the Chandler.
I know of a hut that's outside the city walls, that's in the forest, and I don't know what it is, but I know that we need to check it out.
Yeah, you mentioned it the other day, but you didn't really tell us a whole lot. Where'd you hear about this, and why are we checking it out?
Yeah. And will there be treasure is the question.
I don't know.
So okay, so if you don't know, then why are we just randomly going to a
I've
hut?
received word from somebody trustworthy, that I trust at least,
Oh,
that
okay.
basically told me where it is, what it looks like, and nothing else. So
Mm,
I would presume that it's either something very important or very dangerous. So
I mean,
Okay.
fair, fair enough. But also, we have those emblems to present to Gorash as well. So
yes, we should still do the other things we plan to do in this town. I'm just saying that that should also be on our list.
All right, so I'm gonna head to the Agdar Temple. Basically, I'm just checking in, um, getting more leaflets and pamphlets to hand out to people, and shining my holy symbol, and I'll make a little donation.
I'll offer more wine if they want a donation. More of Tybalt's wine for a donation. Because you can
I'll
never
give
We
have.
them
will
30
take a
gold.
bottle if you're given. All right.
I'll give them
I
30
offer
gold,
them
and
more.
then
I offer them more Tybalt's wine, some of Tybalt's wine if they're interested.
I mean, they'll take a bottle if you're offering a bottle.
All right, then I give them a bottle. I
Um,
don't know how many bottles are in the crate though. It doesn't say in my bag of holding. It just says It just says box of Tybalt's fine wine.
so we have the
uh,
glasses. You have
they were
the cardboard box with the bag. That's what that means.
It
I'd
says
say
Tybalt fine
uh,
wine.
It's
It says
boxed wine.
It says Tibble's fine wine. It doesn't actually say like how many are in there.
Uh,
It says 7 on a number, so I'm thinking there's 7 in there. I
so
gave
you
2
have
away.
7 bottles,
Yes.
and you've given 2 away. So just reduce the 7 to 5.
Okay, there you go. I got 5 now. Alright.
Yep.
And I will grab some crushed silver so I can make holy water later.
Thank God they don't
Alright.
have fingerprints in D&D. Fingerprint tracking. That would be terrible. Because my fingerprints were all over those people.
Yeah, instead they have
Right.
magic that can just let them know things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait until they, consult a cleric who can, talk to the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that. Got the
I was
item.
gonna say, I can do
Uh,
that. I can do that as well. I have Toll as a dead, can't I? Can't they
No,
bring
Toll the
people
Dead
up?
is
that's
different.
damage. That's a
Oh, that's
damaging
damage. Okay.
Yeah.
cantrip.
Yeah, you can damage the bodies more, making it unrecognizable, but
And to be fair, anybody can talk to the dead. They just won't talk
Yes.
back
Yes.
without a certain magic.
I've heard it's fairly
While you're at
therapeutic.
the temple, Barnacle, and kind of making your donations, one of the priests kind of war- basically says to be careful on your travels. I've received omens of a
I never
bad
recall. Are
storm
we
on the
ending at
horizon
12? Are we
over
ending at
Scatland.
12 or 12:30 my time?
In 7 minutes, give or take.
7 minutes. Okay.
Yep. Uh,
I'll thank him
yeah.
and
Um,
ask for a blessing.
yeah. To which give a blessing of travel or and whatnot. Uh,
I'll trade in my alms box for a new one. Mine's a little beat up, so I'll get a new one.
to
And that's it.
brush up on some stuff as an acolyte. All right. You're able to meet up with Senshi.
We'll head over to the Chandler. Sweet dreams or sweet sleep. Sleepy time.
Yep. The
Chandler.
Yeah, I know
yeah.
somebody's in
Sleepy
for like
time
a
Chandler.
permanent sleepy time.
Um. By the time you get there, it's maybe 10:30. Having walked across the city or town and whatnot, and had breakfast and everything. Uh, as you kind of approach, you can see that there's a couple of guards outside uh, outside the shop. Um, you can couple seem to be just posted outside, and it seems like there's a couple more inside, seemingly investigating the place.
Hey guys, what's going on? Chandler having a sale? I didn't know he was having a sale today.
Give me a persuasion or deception check. Sorry, official business. I must ask you to continue on.
You could say something like, "Oh no, my friend wasn't with the dead guy last night. Not at all. No." But I don't. Uh, so I'll just sort of look to Phoenix. I'll start walking away and look to Phoenix, see what he wants to do.
I'm just saying, guys, if something happened and these guys turn into sheep and be invisible to them. Still got
Sweet.
weird magic items. Just saying. That's a thing.
Yeah.
You'll have to learn a spell that gives people sheep sight.
Yes, yes.
So, Phoenix, did you want to do anything else at the Chandlers? We can't hear you if you're talking.
Well, I said no. Phoenix
there?
just says, "Let's go, guys," and we head out to our next destination.
All right. All right, so that's where we will leave it. I'm sorry, Nick. Was there
Yeah.
anything else you want to do?
Yep. I think that's a good spot to leave it. There's a couple more, city you could do, as well as a couple of things around that you guys have been made aware of, whether it's the curious cabin in the woods that's Merritt's been made aware of.
So how
You
desperate
know,
are you to get out
more
there,
rational
Merritt?
saying,
So he knows what to plan
Um,
compared to the sanctuary.
I mean, we can do the sanctuary first.
yeah.
I don't want to
Well,
leave this city without having gone there.
Okay.
Is
All right. So we'll
I
do
will
the
say, like,
sanctuary
the
first and the
approximate
hut.
location of the sanctuary, it is a couple of days like travel, or at least it's like a day's
oh
travel away from the town.
Okay.
You aren't exactly sure where the hut is. It's in the
yeah.
forest north of town, which is like a couple of days like spanning forest. Uh, Implied that it might be close, but it's also Vegas stuff, so who knows?
Hmm.
Yeah. You also got a magic shop in the town that you haven't visited yet.
Oh
So
yeah.
there's that too.
Anyways, guys, I have to head out. Let me know what you plan next time when I get in here. I gotta go do some stuff.
All
All
right.
right.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you for the
Yeah.
game.
All right. So we have 2
Yep.
weeks, 2 weeks of playing, and then 3 weeks from now on the 23rd, we'll be back here in the Crystal Heart. Also on the 30th. So two sessions this month. Actually, after tonight, it'll be 3 all total. Sunday, we've
Wow.
got our
Was it one of those months?
Starfinder
It
going
is.
on, and then back here on Wednesday for some more big double D's. Next week, we're doing the Tusk. I mean, um,
Nushka.
actually are going to be doing it's the second week, so we're actually going to be doing our
Oh yeah.
little. Everybody voted, and we're doing some Starfinder. So, um,
Oh yeah, it's the second
be
week of the month.
getting ready for that. I'll probably stream. I probably just won't save it. But just because we're going to be doing session 0 and rolling up characters and stuff, so um, you'll be doing a little bit of a fight. Little action, but not a whole lot. So it'll be a lot more paperwork and stuff. So won't be as exciting to save. Um, but that's what's happening here in the Sven Zone. So don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you very much, Nick. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for playing. I was happy to DM. That we missed the last couple.
That's right.
Thanks for DMing.
And whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night, guys.
Nah.